to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Science. If you are not sure who the fuck is going to win your Oscar ceremony in terms of whatever nomination that is that you have planned to end it on, don't hype shit up. I can't believe I have to say this. Hey everyone, I'm Sebastian. You know how it is. I'm not even going to bother trying to make myself look as pizzazz as possible. I had to literally sit down and think very hard about all of this because I am just livid. Livid, and I don't even know how something like this could even happen. But it did. Lo and behold, this is the second time in my lifetime that I'm aware of where the Academy Awards decide to do something so horrendously stupid that they shoot themselves in the back doing so. Many people will remember the Rob Lowe incident. For me, it was the La La Land Best Picture debacle. Jesus Christ on a bike. So, there's going to be two videos I'm going to be doing. There's going to be one video where I'm going to be talking about the fiasco that we just experienced with the Academy Awards, and the second one where I'm going to be giving a more scripted and less angry reaction to the rest of the Oscars as they happened. But for this one in particular, there's not going to be any filter whatsoever. I'm going to stumble here and there because, quite frankly, I have a lot of things to say about this, and I don't even know what I can say about this without coming off in any sort of negative energy. So apologies in advance. I typically don't do anything like this. Plus, I kind of need to test out my new equipment, so hey everyone, I'm doing this on a 4K camera that is shooting on 1080p because I'm a fucking idiot who decided to do this at 1080p in order to get this video up as quickly as possible. And I have a new boom mic now. And you can't see it, but it's in a pretty good position, and if everything is placed properly on the camera, then you can't see it from this side either. So, hopefully the audio sounds good and the camera work is looking good on my end as well. And let's talk about what happened. So, let's set the stage, shall we? You're watching the Oscars. You put your camera on. You put the popcorn in. You have your nachos ready. You have whatever it is that you're going to be eating in order to enjoy the Oscars with your best gal. I know for a fact that that's what I was doing. You're enjoying the entirety of the night. No questions asked. And then you get to the in memoriam. You're preparing yourself because a lot of people died last year that you are a big fan of, and you were willing to pay respects to all of them. Unfortunately, you couldn't do that because the goddamn memoriam went about as fast as a fucking podcast did, and you couldn't even have time to read any of the names, let alone actually have the time to mourn them. The reason why they did so that we can get to the end and see Chadwick Boseman's name as the last face that they show. They did the same thing with Carrie Fisher in 2016 when she died. 17. It was 2016 when she died, but it was 2017 when they held the Oscars where they had her face at the end of the in memoriam. So, okay, fantastic. I don't know why they would do that, but sure, why the hell not? I'm willing to let that slide. So, you're mourning for Sean Connery, you're mourning for Joel Schumacher, you're mourning for pretty much everyone else. I know for a fact that I was. But why would they end specifically with Chadwick Boseman? I mean, yeah, a lot of us were expecting him to get nominated, and he was, and a lot of us were definitely rooting for him to win. More on that later. So, he gets the coveted final face of the in memoriam. Not exactly anybody's proudest moment, but sure. We're going to say that that is the best part of the in memoriam, if you even want to say the best part of this moment where we're all mourning the deaths of everyone in Hollywood is this one particular actor that we're all fans of. After this, we get to the Oscars for Best Actor and Best Actress. Actually, no. We skip that. We don't do that yet, because for the first time ever, we are going to present the Best Picture nominees and winner. Why would you do that? I have no idea why you would ever want to do this, but lo and behold, they did, and my vote ended up winning. I was cheering, I was screaming, and everybody in the world was probably wondering why the fuck this Puerto Rican guy is yelling next door, and all was good in the world. Then they announced who won Best Actress, which was Frances McDormand, and I was even more happy because I thought that she deserved it. Sorry to all the Viola Davis fans out there. I'm sure she was good in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I saw the movie too. Look, I'm not going to get into that here. Let's just say our opinions differ, but they each gave great performances, okay? Okay. And then we get to the one thing that nobody will shut up about. And I know for a fact that nobody will shut up about this because I can't shut up about it either. Red flag number 1. Why would you ever let Joaquin Phoenix do the announcement for this? That was red flag number 1. Red flag number 2. He goes in there, stumbling throughout the stage, having no fucking idea what he's talking about. He himself says, I had a fucking list that I wanted to say, or rather a list that they told me to say, but now I can't say it for reasons that I can't think about. And, okay, so he had some pre-planned speech that apparently he's not able to give anymore. Weird, but okay. And then you're hyping yourself up. You're literally sitting there wondering, oh my god, are they finally going to announce it? Is it going to be Chadwick Boseman? Is it going to be Steven Yeun? Riz Ahmed? I don't know. But everything seems to be lining up for Chadwick Boseman to win. They even flew in They flew in Chadwick Boseman's widow to attend the Oscars. They had a bunch of goodie bags with his face on them for reasons that I can only think of as, look, mourn this man's career while also promoting the fucking Oscars tonight. Okay, that's fucking weird and kind of crazy and maybe a little bit cynical, but okay. Alright, well, that's great. So, who won? And the Oscar goes to Anthony Hopkins. We are accepting the Oscar on behalf of Anthony Hopkins. Thank you. Good night. Jesus Christ. Boy, where do I begin with this? So, yes, Anthony Hopkins won the Oscar for Best Actor in the Leading Role for his role in The Father. I have heard a lot of good things about that performance. I personally haven't had a chance to see it yet. I know for a fact that I've seen clips of it. I know that it was promoted the helly hell off when I went to see Minari back in the day, but I never got a chance to actually see it. And that's a shame because I heard a lot of good things about the movie, not just because of his performance, but because of the writing as well, which is kind of ironic because the movie ended up winning Best Original Screenplay. Or was it Best Adapted? No, it was Best Adapted Screenplay. Yeah, nearly made that mistake. So, what I'm about to say has nothing to do with whether or not Anthony Hopkins deserved to win or not. That's not the question here. In my opinion, no. That's just my opinion, and that's all I'm going to say. Anything more, I will lead to the next video where I'll be talking a little bit more positively about everything else. Why am I angry about this? Why is anyone angry about any of this? I don't know. Why would you, the Oscars, if you're listening to this, why would you manipulate the order of things, change the direction of how you typically do stuff, and manipulate the audience expectations, and then not even bother to deliver? That's the big problem with all of this. You can tell that they were desperate to try to get ratings, to try to get viewership, and it failed in such a colossal way that it's almost Shakespearean tragedy when you think about it. This Oscar ceremony is the lowest that there's ever been. There may be other factors as to why, but by comparison to last year's, this was 50% less than last year's. And last year's was also pretty damn low. Holy shit. So, what the hell happened here? How did we come to this? How did this happen? Well, I don't really think I can say anything about this. They intentionally manipulated the order of things in order to make it look like he was going to win because they really thought that he was going to win. So, you're probably asking yourselves this question. Sebastian, why would they do that intentionally? I mean, shouldn't they already know that he lost or that he won beforehand? Here's a funny little secret about the Oscars. They don't know who wins until the envelope is opened. They keep that secret so neatly tied that the only way that anyone will know who won is when they actually announce it in the actual ceremonies. They lock the envelopes up, put them in a briefcase, have a security guard deliver them over to the ceremony where they're going to be attending, and then when the announcement gets called in, that's when we find out who actually won. Now, there has been a lot of speculation and rumor about whether or not this is all actually rigged, whether or not they actually do know who's going to win ahead of time, and shit like that, but I always believed that it was legitimate, that they genuinely do not know who's going to win ahead of time, and this all but confirmed it. Because I have to believe that this was all done by accident, but I don't understand why this would even be an accident in the first place. You want to know how you prevent something like this from happening? By knowing ahead of time. I hate to say it, but there are some things about the Oscars that do genuinely have to change, and this is one of them. If you're going to do a big ratings booster of a changer like this, manipulate how things are done, and in order to get viewership, it kind of shows that you're doing this in order to get views and in order to get ratings, and that's fine. You know, you do you because you want to get more views, and I understand that. It's a business. Perfectly understandable. What I don't understand is why you would do something that you yourselves called a calculated risk. Yeah, no joke. The CEO of ABC, I believe, literally just said that this whole thing was a calculated risk, that whether or not it went the way they wanted it to, ended up paying up no matter what, because everybody is still talking about it. So whether or not they're getting backlash or receiving any sort of controversy because of it, they're getting the kind of attention that they were asking for. So there you go. This is such a frustrating thing. I have been made fun of and mocked multiple times for being a fan of the Oscars, for supporting them. Every single time they have the ceremony, I always make a big deal out of it. I made a big deal out of it yesterday. I live tweeted the hell out of it. I made very clear that I was excited for everything that was happening, even when the nominees that won that I wasn't rooting for. I'm glad Promising Young Woman won for Best Original Screenplay. I am very happy that Mank won Best Cinematography, even though I was rooting for Nomadland on that one. I am not here to say that this one didn't deserve to win or that one didn't deserve to win because this reason or that reason. I will make a video about that one day, but that's for an entirely different time altogether. What I'm trying to say here is I understand the cynicism when it comes to award shows. I think it's a little bit unwarranted because there's so much unneeded negativity on the internet. But when shit like this happens, what it does is it reinforces that negativity and that cynicism in a very horrible way. This does not, under any circumstances, reflect on what the Oscars do or what the Oscars mean. But it also highlights why certain things have to change. And we're doing good steps already. We made fantastic steps in 2016. I'm sorry, did I say 2016? I meant 2019, because 2016 was a good step with Moonlight winning Best Picture, but 2017... Okay, hold on, let me fix that here. 2017, because I need to remember that 2016 was when the movies came out, but 2017 was when they actually held the ceremony. In 2017 was when we had Black... Hold on. I'm probably going to cut this part of the video in there. Okay, so 2017, we had Black Panther, we had A Star is Born, we had Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, so we had A Star is Born and we had Black Panther. We had a whole bunch of wonderful movies, including Roma, one of the best movies of the generation, and you award it to Green Book. Best Picture goes to Green Book. I would have been fine if you gave it to Bohemian Rhapsody, for fuck's sake. At least Bohemian Rhapsody wasn't some white savior narrative where white guys stop racism. The fact that I'm supporting fucking Bohemian Rhapsody on this just shows you how much of a fucking mistake that was. 2018 came and went, and two things happened that I never thought would ever be possible. In 2019, Parasite came out. Parasite was something that I never in a million years would have ever foreseen winning anything, let alone Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Foreign Language Film, and Best Picture. I'm sorry, Best International Film. Thank you for changing that, by the way. Much more inclusive and a lot better. But we had made some wonderful steps here. Fantastic steps. Okay, great. More representation. Not just a bunch of crusty old white guys winning. Alright, no problem. So, you have something like this happening, where the one award that everybody was hyping themselves up to see to a deceased black actor who gave the best performance of his career in not one but two fantastic movies, one of which was overlooked and one which is now getting the recognition that it deserves after he died. You hype it up thinking, oh my god, is he actually going to win like Heath Ledger did back in 2009 for The Dark Knight? And what do? You give the award to another crusty old white guy. Now, that's not to be in any form of disrespect towards Anthony Hopkins, but I'm just saying, you go with all of this inclusivity, and yet you backpedal at the last minute to reinforce the whole idea that the Oscars are, in fact, so white. And I'm not even the one that's saying that. That's the fucking internet that's saying that right now. So, why? Why do this? If you're going to award it to a different person than the one that everybody was hyping themselves up to see, why would you even bother hyping it up in the first place? Why would you have goodie bags with Chadwick Boseman's face on him? Why would you have his widow in attendance if she's not even going to be there to give any speech whatsoever? Bringing her in the middle of a fucking pandemic where everybody's taking their masks off so that they can appear on fucking camera. Why would you change the direction, speed up the in memoriam so that people cannot even bother to read who the fuck they're mourning for, and then you pull this shit off? This is the most ass-backwards thing I have ever seen since the Super Bowl when they had Maroon 5 playing fucking SpongeBob for like 3 seconds and then switching over to Sicko mode and having fucking Adam Levine taking his shirt off and looking like the ugliest motherfucker I have ever seen. I swear to God, I felt straight for the first time in years. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with this. It's really disappointing to see this happen. I really cannot believe that something like this was even possible, but it happened, and now there's nothing more that can be done about this. At the very least, I can happily say Anthony Hopkins did a good deed by accepting the award the very next morning and actually paying tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Because here's the thing I forgot to mention. They awarded the Oscar and he wasn't around to accept it. Not that he wasn't around as in either physically or not out of place. He just wasn't there. And the reason why is because apparently he wanted to do the speech on Zoom if he was going to win. But apparently there was a dispute with that because they needed him to be in a specific location for them to be able to make the award speech and shit like that. But he wasn't able to do so because he didn't want to leave his area. Probably because of COVID, so a man his age should not be going around and risking his health. So, Sir Anthony Hopkins, more power to you, and I'm glad you thought ahead of time because of that. So, congratulations to Anthony Hopkins. You are one of the best actors I have ever seen, and I highly respect you for everything that you've done, in not just in cinema, but in overall. Just the best fucking actor I've ever seen. Whether or not I think that Chadwick Boseman should have won is inconsequential to all of this. This was just a big fucking mistake that the Academy Awards have done, and I don't know why the fuck they would even do this. In hindsight, it makes sense why they would do so in a cynical way, but in terms of intellect and logic, it's just a stupid fucking decision that they've done. On the plus side, my next video will be a lot more positive and a lot less angry. Angry fucking shit. So, look forward to that next video. I'm probably going to edit the hell out of this video so I don't look like a total dumbass in all of this. But, well, this was my rant talking about the faux pas with the Academy Awards this year. Hopefully something like this never happens again, and I hope this video looked as good as that camera does, and I hope the audio makes it look as good as it's sounding on my end. I don't know. I'll have to wait until I start editing this shit. I'm Sebastian from Cinemageddon Reviews signing out. Look forward to my next video, and I'll see you on the list.